name is Brian Ryman, and I am the principal here at River Ridge Academy. When I was in school myself, I had a high school history teacher that was very influential for me and really just showed me what I could do as a career pathway. And then when I was in college, I had a few professors that were actually principals and superintendents in schools, and I had a lot of detailed conversations with them, and I realized that when I did get into teaching, that administration was the pathway that I wanted to go into. I always felt that I had a really big impact in my classroom, and to be able to make a bigger impact as far as the leader of a school really excited me. River Ridge Academy is a pre-K through 8th grade school. This is currently our 9th year that we have been open here in Bluffton. We are the only pre-K through 8th grade school south of the Broad River, so that makes us a little unique here in the town of Bluffton. Our current enrollment is just over 1,140 students, so we have a large student population here. And some of the things that set us apart as a school is our commitment to STEM education and then also Montessori education. So we have a Montessori program here at River Ridge Academy. It starts in 1st grade with lower Montessori, that's grades 1 through 3 combined. We then have upper Montessori, grades 4 through 6 combined, and then middle Montessori with students in 7th and 8th grade together. So that is a unique feature, and it works very well for some of our families here in the Bluffton community. And then our commitment to STEM education. In the 2nd year that our school was open, River Ridge Academy earned its STEM certification through Advance Ed. And then 2 years ago, we received our continuous STEM certification through Cognia. And STEM education is all about science, technology, engineering, and math. And we incorporate that in our science classes in elementary and then also in our middle school elective courses through Project Lead the Way, Gateway to Technology. And our elementary students also get to go to certain STEM elective classes, Lego Lab, Elementary is Engineering, all about the engineering design process, problem solving, and it really creates resilience within our students because they know that if they don't get the solution the first time, they can always try again. Welcome to Lego Lab. In Lego Lab, our students in kindergarten through 4th grade are able to play with an item we all remember from our childhood, Legos. Except in this class, they engage in the engineering design process, and they are able to do things like coding and engage in Lego robotics. And Miss Tracy is our Lego Lab teacher here at River Ridge. Here at River Ridge Academy, some things that we've done since I've been the principal, we've really been committed to PBIS, is an incentive program that we have here at the school. So we believe in providing a world-class education in 2 ways, outstanding academics, but then also realizing that we need to build and develop good citizens. So throughout the school, we have a positive behavior intervention and reward system in which students are able to progress throughout the week, exemplifying good behavior. And at the end of each week, there is a little award or reward with that. And then quarterly, we have larger incentives as well. Always, we are focused on growing our students and continuing to become a better school, whether that's academically or socially for our students. There's no doubt that the pandemic has had an impact on learning throughout our country. Math is definitely an area that we are going to be focusing on this year. Last year, we did receive the highest scores in school history in ELA, which was phenomenal, but we are going to have a renewed focus on math for this upcoming year. So the next classroom that we are going to visit is our elementary engineering classroom. This is a curriculum that we have here at River Ridge Academy, and I believe that we're the only school in the county that offers this class. But the curriculum comes out of the Museum of Science in Boston, and it's all about engaging in engineering through literacy.
Anyone think that they know where Japan is? Not now. Alright, let me get the pen. We're going to use our finger to circle it today. Alright, who would like to try to identify Japan? Okay? Come on.
I would just say that in our building, our teachers and our culture is extremely positive. The teachers at River Ridge Academy and the staff genuinely love coming to work every day. You can see it out on the car rider line in the morning, and you can still see it out on the car rider line in the afternoon. They genuinely care about the students, and they are excited to come and make an impact every day.
I am Jessie Foxworth, and I teach 6th grade math, and I've been teaching at River Ridge for the last 6 years, English and social studies. So this is my 8th year with Beaufort County, 8th year teaching, and I just love watching awkward middle school kids become young adults. I love to help with that process. I like to help them learn how to be responsible. And I like learning, so I like being in a position where I'm trying to figure out ways to get other people invested in that. And I just think that preteens are a really fun group of people to hang out with. And I know a lot of people don't think that, but I do. I think that they're just, they're quirky and fun and funny, and I just like watching them develop into people. I like the high expectations that River Ridge has for our students, not only just with their academics, but their character as well. We integrate a lot of character education as well as academics. And I also just like all of the extra fun stuff that we do, all the sports, all of the different spirit days. And I think that it's just a good community of teachers and students and parents. Oh, well, I'm really honored to be featured in this because I love this school, and I've really enjoyed becoming part of the community here, and I'm proud to work at this school, and I love my students, and I'm just glad that I get to express that.
One thing that we are really proud of here at River Ridge Academy is our robotics program. That's an elective, well, not an elective, but it's an after-school club and activity. And each year they compete throughout the state in the VEX robotics competition for middle school students. And over the last 2 years, we've qualified teams from River Ridge Academy to the world competition that's held in Dallas. And it's just a really exciting thing. We have a little trophy right there in the case, actually, for those students. Two years ago, we qualified 1 team, and then last year we qualified 3 teams. Different things have definitely highlighted the capabilities of robots in recent years. I know it's probably been at least 10 or 12 years ago when BattleBots debuted on TV, but I think that students see the abilities and the potential for them to engage in things like coding and then also designing and creating their own robots. Whether it's just a hobby of theirs right now or whether they want to actually become engineers in the future, it's a club that can help stimulate them and benefit them in their future. We could get a shot of the VEX field for the after school club for robotics. So this is the classroom in which our students in middle school take their Project Lead the Way Gateway to Technology courses. This is the continuation of STEM education in middle school at River Ridge Academy. And throughout their years in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, there are lots of really great STEM offerings that students are able to engage in. Mr. Mormon is our middle school STEM Gateway to Technology teacher, and then he is also the person that heads up our after-school robotics club. So basically the VEX company every year, they create a new game, and that game is played on the field. Basically they design their own robots. There's certain parameters that they have to follow to design their robots. And then depending on what they do during the time limit, they can earn points. And the goal is always to earn the most points. In middle school, it's a team challenge. So when you go to a competition, you get randomly paired up with another team from another school, or it could be your school, but you work together to score as many points possible. This is Lucy. She's Mr. Mormon's daughter, actually. So Lucy last year was part of our first team in the history of River Ridge Academy, where we had all girls on a robotics team, and they qualified to go to the world competition and compete in Dallas. So that was really cool.
And we went all the way to that too.
So each year the game changes, and they reveal the new game at the world competition in Dallas, and it's at this convention center, and it's in like an amphitheater style kind of a thing, and they drop it down from the ceiling, the new game, with like pyrotechnics, with smoke, and all the students are just like screaming, and it creates a really cool, yeah, it creates a really cool setup. This is another robot.
Yeah, this is one of my boys. They're going to try to get it done first.
And it does the same thing, like same type of.
Well, it does
Picking
different
up?
than hers. It wouldn't be able to get into this area, but it could get the other one. The goal is to get them into the red goals. So this one's plan is they want to suck them up in here, and then they're going to have it come out the top and go into the goal.
So every student has their own laptops in Beaufort County School District, and the software that programs these robots are on their devices. So what they do is they design their robot with what they want it to accomplish, and then on their laptops they have to program their robot, and then they also have to work with the controller that has to then sync up with what the robot is going to do. So it's a pretty in-depth project and process for our students.
When you walk through the doors every day, I guess does it hit you how much of an impact that you have on literally leading this entire school?
Yeah, some days it does. So I think like with any job, you get into like the routine,
Yeah.
right? But there will be times where like we'll be in a transition, or we'll have like almost everybody in the building in motion, and like because you see that and it hits you when you see that. Throughout our day though, we run 13 separate schedules with no bells. So it all just kind of ebbs and flows, and you only really ever have like one grade level or two grade levels in the hallway at a time. So even though there's 1,100 and plus 130 staff, and there's a lot of people in here, it doesn't feel that way throughout the day. So at River Ridge Academy, we are a pre-K through 8th grade school, which means that we have students as young as 4 years old in our building, all the way up to 8th graders. So that is quite the span of ages throughout the building. We run 13 separate schedules throughout the day, and we do not use any bells. So everything works, and everything transitions, and everything flows the way that it needs to. Some of the benefits of having an academy, a pre-K through 8th grade school, is we're able to see students come in their first years of school and stay all the way until their 8th grade year. So that is a culture and a community that we're able to build early and sustain throughout their years here at River Ridge. The first 2 days of school, parents of kindergartners and first graders are allowed to come in and cry and drop them off and do all that. But by Wednesday, by day 3, they come in. We have plenty of staff.
Direct them.
Middle school students that are in National Junior Honor Society, they help out and walk them to class. So down this hallway, we have different elective classes. We have our middle school music offerings, and then we also have elementary music, Lego Lab, and elementary is engineering.
Alright, stop it.
Hey guys.
Stop it.
We added this playground structure last year. Students really like it. It's called the Reflex. Basically, as students get on it, it kind of goes up and down, so they have to like balance as they walk, and then when they get to the end, they do like a little, gymnastics dismount and try to stick the landing. I really feel like in this position, you have the ability to make an impact. I know that in a lot of other occupations and professions, a lot of it has to do with just daily business and routines. But in the field of education, the ability to make an impact on the life of another person is really prevalent. I know that we can all think back to teachers, coaches, administrators in our lives, in our own childhoods, that had a profound impact on our own lives. And to get to do that every single day, I can't think of a better profession.
I would encourage my students that just because it's hard now does not mean it will always be hard. And that hard things are worth doing because they help stretch you and grow you as a person. And I also just want to remind all my students that you have people in your corner and you have teachers here that support you and love you and want the best for you, and to just know that you're supported and you're loved.
Words of wisdom from the principal of River Ridge Academy to our students: work hard and be kind. There are a lot of things that we talk about here at River Ridge Academy with character education, whether it's recognizing students for Student of the Month, character education traits, or different lessons through morning meeting every day. But Raiders, every day, if you can make a commitment to working hard and being kind, it will serve you well.